Whoa, here we are. How you doing? It's that time of the week where I fumble around with this controller to try to get it to work with the Switch properly. What's funny is it usually does right up until I have to start streaming. So that's fun. I do have a migraine, so I don't know. This might get cut short, it might not. I'm going to try to stick through it as best I can. I have some extra toasty Cheetos, not Cheetos. Cheez-Its, not a sponsor. Cheetos, not a sponsor either. I don't know. What company are Cheez-Its from? I might take their sponsor money. At this point, you gotta pick the lesser evil. Kellogg, eh? Which is owned by Pepsi. Huh. I don't know if they ever fixed the shit when the unions said, hey, we're the unions. All right. Slide this in here. They definitely used to be Nabisco, and by definitely I mean I'm kind of sure. Yeah, Kellogg's now apparently. And also, I am a little bit far-sighted now that I'm a bit older, so it's hard for me to read the small print. I have to get some reading glasses or something. Which then I would have to take off and looking at the screen that's a couple feet away, you know? Alright, let me find my headphones. I'm going to press this, so I'm going to freeze up for a second because I was supposed to press it on the previous screen. Now that specifically freezes up because that's changing the source being read from the main computer. That's not a problem on any screen that does not have the VTuber because basically everything else but the game is running off of StreamB. these PNG tubers, even in their lightest forms, are not. And I ain't light. Look at my belly. Even in their lightest forms, do not particularly run well on lower end hardware. Don't know the details of it, but yeah, that's it. So pepper jack and buffalo flavors at Kroger. Oh, that sounds so good. Been trying to find new and interesting snacks. All right, let's see. I also need to get some energy drinks again. All right, I was gonna make coffee. 1 second, you're gonna hear my coffee machine buzz, and I'm gonna start the coffee. Fresh ground by the cup. They call it just dark roast. Hour after though. My problem with a lot of like lighter roasts. I hope I'm somewhat hearable. If I had a good microphone for this, I wouldn't be. I do actually have a really nice recording mic, but I don't have an audio interface to run it. Right, all grounds are in the maker. Ideally, I'd like to run an audio interface into the back of the hi-fi. That way we could actually do streams in 5.1. And Twitch mixes that down for people who don't have that option too. Go. Right. Water board. Clicking the start button, making sure everything's aligned. There we go. There'll be coffee and fuck yeah. Hi, Rizby. How's my goofball? Fuck, ow. Alright. Can hear? Good. I figure if we got a good recording mic, then we could run that normally, and then if I have to go across the room to talk, then I can just hit a button and switch it over to the room mic. Because, like, I know our S's and T's come through real strong on this mic, and that's just the kind of microphone it is. It's a condenser. So it's very good at picking up these sharp sounds, while I can't even remember the damn name. The other type of microphone is very good at blocking those out because it's not just straight up vibrating from everything around it. Jess has a setup like that for voice chat, and that's really cool. Can't afford it right now, though. But it's fun to think about. Alright, let's see. I gotta hit some buttons here. I gotta hit this button. I already hit that button. Now I'm gonna hit this button. Now we should be on the switch screen. There we are. Now I'm gonna hit this button so y'all can be on the switch screen too. Heck yeah. Evaporator mic. Is that doesn't sound right, but I want to believe you anyways. This is the demo version of Elisa here, by the way, and I still haven't gotten around to playing it. I'm kind of trying to do Phoenix Wright, then a horror game, and then back to Phoenix Wright. I think my next horror game, which may start as early as next week, is not going to be that, but it's one that I think is really interesting. Alright, come on. There we go. You know what's wild is my lung and kidney function is basically perfect. while other organs are kind of shutting down or trying to. Bodies are weird. Sincerely doubt it, me too, but it's fun to think about. Anyway, the other game that I'm going to be doing is already in our Steam library. Has been for a bit, and it's one that I definitely wanted to stream. Wait, I passed it, didn't? Yeah, I was already on it. Of course I passed it. You know what? They let you do that later now. Gonna link the snack mix? Hell yeah. Alright, we're just gonna skip the update. I like Chex Mix too. Especially Chex Mix Bold, the one that's basically the same as regular, but it has the deep dark rye chips in it. So yeah, I think the game's almost over now. Though we may have an entire third day to do, so... There we go, let me turn that down on my end. Are we on day 2 or 3? I think we just finished day 2, didn't we? It still says part 4-1. What? Oh, apparently that was an update for Phoenix Wright, so I guess let's do that. What? You just said you were done. Oh, it's doing the writing to disk part of being done. Frisbee, please don't be a butt at me. You already got in trouble once. Let's try this now, and also that gives me a chance to get up and grab the coffee. Very much, if you like grinding your own coffee, I really like Rutamaya. I don't know much about them as a company. They have some words on there like renewable, so that certainly sounds good. But the coffee is fucking good. Alright. Getting up so I can catch you, Lindsay. That's the whole reason. Pay no attention to the coffee that I'm getting from the coffee maker. You know what's wild? As when I found out the elected details button while connected to the internet. Okay. They changed their privacy policy. That's never a good sign. So the I totally forgot the name of the guy who wrote Wizard of Oz. Oh, and then I remembered because I said it out loud, Frank L. Baum. I found out that he was like super racist against indigenous people. He would have had me killed had he ever met me. So, you know, I just thought of that because I said pay no attention, you know, like from the Wizard of Oz. See, I wanted to say Frank Oz too, but Frank Oz is a cool dude. Frisbee, please? Please, can you cooperate? I know, it's tough when you have to pee. It's the same for me. Sometimes I get real grouchy if I have to pee. L. Frank Baum. Okay. So yeah, speaking ill of the dead here. And I kind of hate that the only reason I really noted that one is because it affects me directly. I think we all need to open our ears a bit and listen to the people around us. Especially about famous creators of things that you like. Alright, what's the privacy policy? I don't speak any of these languages fluently. The gallery's been... Oh, okay, it's actually a new patch. That's wild. This came out like 8 years ago. You can start any episode from the point of your choice. That's good quality of life. Autoplay, whoops. Autoplay and story mode features have been added. Autoplay lets you automatically advance conversations, while story mode allows you to automatically solve cases. Well, once again, let people experience that story, you know? Language support for Brazilian, Portuguese, and Latin American Spanish have been added. Very cool. Including localized text and voice lines. So that means we get to hear objection in Brazilian Portuguese, and that's pretty great. Alright, here we go. Are you gonna come up here and stay up here, Gaston? I'm gonna give you one chance at this. If you dive down as soon as Daddy comes in, I'm not letting you back up. Grr. How'd I get into this mess? See, now it's auto-advancing on its own, because it sometimes does that anyway. That's far enough! You can't run forever, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh shit, it's the judge! What have I done wrong? I cannot allow you to go on like this. But I'm just a simple defense attorney. Silence! You are no longer worthy of your title. Terrifying. And yet apt. I had this dream before, someplace, some time ago. And if this day was written into my destiny, today I'll stand in court as a lawyer to prove a killer innocent. Damn. March 23, 9:43 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Hello, this is Phoenix Wright. You don't look so well, dude. You're gonna prove me not guilty today, right? If you please, Mr. Lawyer. Remember, it's not just me. Your precious friend's life is riding on today's verdict, too. Ugh. Now listen up, you better get on guard a guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you ever. Maya. Phoenix? Phoenix! Mia! Hey, I guessed right immediately. Maya, how's Maya? I don't know. You don't know? He hasn't tried to channel me since yesterday. Yeah, what am I supposed to do? Well, like I said, for a lawyer, the worst of times are when you have to force your biggest smiles. But you can't give up. There's still some hope left. Stop it, please. There is nothing left. Not here, not anywhere. Ugh, it's that accursed on guard again. Will you leave me alone? Look, don't call me anymore. I mean it. Really mean, pal. Oh, Gumshoe. I'm really, really sorry. Where are you? They let me join the investigation team, and we're chasing after the killer, pal. Never seen her look surprised like that. That's true. That's a very rare form for her. Then you have some sort of lead? Sorry, but right now we got 0 leads on the guy. But we're not gonna give up. Gumshoe. Until the trial's over, until the verdict is handed down, we're gonna do everything we can and find the killer. We can get Maya out, and you can get on guard the guilty verdict he deserves, pal. It's true. I could do that if they found Maya. You got that? So you gotta do whatever you can to make the trial last longer. Have to make the trial last longer? You go at Mr. Edgeworth with everything you got, then you two can draw it out. Oh, now I get it. I believe in you, pal. You and Mr. Edgeworth can do it. So, believe in us. We're gonna give it all we got, just like you. Got it. Thanks, Gumshoe. Hey, Phoenix. You understand now, don't you? You have something money will never be able to buy. Friendship. So if I was doing face cam, you would have seen me just look over to the camera and just stare deadpan into it and say, friendship. And I think that would have been very funny. It's the strongest weapon in the world, and you have it in abundance. Yeah. Looks like we're coming to the end. Well, that's a little meta. Gotta make the trial last as long as I can. Shu will come through, I know it. He usually does in the end. Like, he's kind of a buffoon. Is that a cool word to say? We don't know. He's kind of a goof. Affectionate. But he tends to come through in the end where he's needed most. Have to make the trial last as long as I can. Gumshoe will come through. I know it. March 23, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Alright, we're going to be working with Edgeworth again, just as it should be. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt Ongard. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Now, as I recall, we concluded yesterday's session with a big mystery on our hands. The mystery being what exactly was Ms. Adrian Andrews' role in this murder? That is to say, is she really connected to the crime itself? Mr. Edgeworth, if you would please inform the court of today's proceedings. The buffoon is a kind of clown. See, that's what I think too, but a lot of these have not wonderful origins. So I may look into that one later. But I was using it in terms of a clown, a goof-off. Someone who doesn't succeed in a lot of things that they do. And I feel there may be some ableist meaning there. Adrian Andrews. She forged evidence that threw suspicion onto Mr. Ongard. And then proceeded to escape the crime scene by wearing a nickel samurai costume. The guilt of all these actions are those from which she cannot escape. Then you're saying that she's guilty after all? I'm not finished, Your Honor. Ms. Andrews has nothing to do with committing the actual murder. I'd like to direct the court's attention to this card. What is that? It looks like a shell. This is the calling card of a certain assassin. Assassin, you say? Yes. Juan Corrida was killed by a professional assassin. And the person who hired the assassin his client, so to speak, is Matt on guard. Did a little checking. It's derogatory and used against someone displaying inappropriate, vulgar, bumbling, or ridiculous behavior. Ah, gonna strike that one from the vocab then. Thank you. A surprising turn of events. I would think it's become commonplace by now, Your Honor. I know what's going on this time, so I know that everything Edgeworth has said is true. But we still have to hold out as long as we can. At least until Maya is safe and sound. Wonder how the trial will turn out today. I wonder how the trial will turn out today. Now then, please call your first Let me take that again from the top. Please call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls the defendant's mentor, Mr. Will Powers, to the stand. Now then, witness, your name and occupation, please. Okay, I'm, Will Powers. I'm a poor, underpaid action star. And what is your relation to the defendant? Well, it's that I guess I'm sort of a lousy mentor to him in a way. Yeah. Mr. Powers, please, you don't need to put yourself down so much. Oh, sorry, but I'm just kind of a nothing sort of guy. On the night of the murder, you visited the defendant's room. Is this correct? Eating some crackers. Finding that Cheez-Its are hard to eat with a dry mouth. And I have like 4 meds that dry out my mouth. Yes. Hey, I didn't know that. But, you know, I didn't actually get to see Matt when I went. All you need to do is answer what you're asked. Now then, I would like you to please testify about when you went to Mr. OnGuard's room. Okay, sure. Visit to Matt's room. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. Matt was standing there in front of the room, still in his nickel samurai costume. He was talking with someone, that's definitely the killer. At first I thought it was the bellboy, which is who he was disguised as. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. I had guests with me that night, and I couldn't make them wait for me. Nothing sounds out of place in Mr. Powers' testimony. And talking with the bellboy is no big deal. It's so frustrating that we already know the order of events, and Phoenix doesn't. If one assumes that the person Mr. OnGuard was speaking with was an ordinary bellboy, what are you implying? He's so Sonic the Hedgehog coded. Well, Mr. Wright, let's have your cross-examination, shall we? Looks like we're in another sticky situation. Huh? A trap. Can't you smell it, Phoenix? Oops. But for us to find out more, we're just gonna have to charge in head first, right? Again, just like last time, we're working with Edgeworth now, not against him, and I love that. I think these two lawyers should just kiss already. After the award ceremony, I went by myself to Matt's room. The defendant's room? Why did he go there? Well, I'm his mentor, like a big brother sort of, and I wanted to say congrats. What's wrong? Why did you stop? Mr. Wright. What is it? You're gonna try and trick me into a corner, aren't you? Huh? I know I'm just a poor underpaid action star, but I'm not the killer. No one said you were, Mr. Powers. No, please, don't trick me. Every time you do your lawyer thing, the witness suddenly turns into the bad guy. Every time? Witness. I will personally talk to the defense at a later time. So for now, please kindly cooperate and continue with your testimony. Sorry. So, you went to the defendant's room, and then? Hey, wait a minute. When and how did I suddenly turn into the bad guy here? Matt was standing there in front of his room, still in his nickel samurai costume. Are you sure that was Matt on guard? Yeah, I'm sure. He wasn't wearing the nickel samurai mask then. If that's the case, then he really can't be mistaken. Unless it's another case of twins, right? That's been popular. And what was the defendant doing standing in front of his own room? He was talking with someone. At first I thought it was the bellboy. Why? At first? What do you mean by that? Well, he was in a bellboy-ish uniform and he had a bottle of juice on a tray. Well, I'm more interested in why he thinks it wasn't the bellboy now. Patrick, yes. With the scar on the other side. Yes, yes. Scars over the left eye. Same pattern. Also a little goatee. Sounds like an ordinary bellboy to me. Yeah, but I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Sorry, but I can't remember right now. Sorry. I guess I'm gonna have to wait patiently on this one. I watched the two of them for a while, but then I gave up and went back. Whoops. That's not what I want. That's fine. So who are these guests you're talking about? I gotta go back and hit the fourth option again after. You guys, of course. You and Maya and Little Pearl. I thought it'd be really rude since I invited you guys if I disappeared on you. Tangent bellboy. Yes. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. You know, I used to really enjoy Bloody Marys and, what's they're called? Caesars. They don't really have Caesars in most of the states, but it's basically tomato juice. The tomato juice is replaced with clamato juice. And yes, I know it sounds disgusting, but it's delicious. That's very much like a West Coast, British Columbia thing. So I went back to my seat pretty soon after seeing Matt in the hallway. This is like squeezing water from a stone. It's probably pointless to press further. Do you remember this incident? Did Mr. Powers leave his seat that night? I don't remember that happening at all. Maya was making such a racket in her hyper state. I ended up focusing on her. I see. In any case, from his story, he probably wasn't gone for very long. He touches the Earth's curvature at one point rather than standing up. Garnished with a sword. You drink it on March 17th. I mean, honestly, you drink it year-round. But it's got to be a real sword. Otherwise, it's not going to look at you and say, "It too." Alright, I think this is the one I have to press on now. You saw the two of them, the bellboy and the defendant, together, correct? Something I noticed is that during the testimony now, there's a series of dots to show where you're at in the conversation. Yeah, the bellboy just wanted to say congrats. Now, while you were watching the two of them, did you notice anything strange? You know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. A tip? But that's a perfectly normal thing to do. So how long did you watch the two of them? Oh, not more than a minute or two, I think. Huh. Do I just press on this one again that Phoenix got confused about, or do I need to present something? Well, this is the risk-free option. At first, what do you mean by that? I didn't think he was a normal bellboy. And why was that? Well, why did I think that, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Hey, wait a second. Actually, Mr. Powers, only a few minutes ago I found it. You stated... you know, I did feel something weird. I think it was because Matt, well, he gave the bellboy a tip. Yeah, here we are. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, Bad Road. Could it be that you felt something strange about the tip-giving incident itself? Yeah, that's it! You really know your job! Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. This bellboy... He wasn't an ordinary one, was he? Perhaps we should let the witness tell us. Very well. Mr. Powers, please amend your testimony. You mean about the bellboy, right? Matt gave the bellboy a tip, so let's press on that. So he gave the bellboy a tip. What's so strange about that? Oh, well, you see, Matt's not a poor petty pincher like me. I was trying to figure out how much it was because the tip really shocked me. How much it was? That's when something even more surprising happened. Just that, goddammit. The bellboy was putting the tip he got in his pocket. And that's when I got my first good look at the guy's face. I was really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Sounds like Mr. Powers was surprised twice by this event. I wonder which of his shocking moments I should ask about. Can I ask about the face? But there's two options there, so we'll see which one I need to hit. What was so shocking about the bellboy's face, Mr. Powers? Well, he wasn't exactly a boy, more like an old gramps. Ahem, I hope you know that discrimination towards old men is a no-no in my court. No, that's not what I meant at all. In the smack middle of the guy's face, there's a line of stitches. A line of stitches? Yeah, and it went straight from the tippy top of his head to the bottom of his chin. Almost like if that thread snapped, all the stuff in his head had come spilling out. Oh, he was there at Onguard's house. He was the butler and the bellboy at the hotel who approached us. What is it, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. So that means Onguard was talking with the killer then. It would take his face off. Very nice. That fact were to be exposed, Onguard might be declared guilty in a blink. Phoenix, you have to play dumb here. Pretend you don't know anything. Oh, yes, Chief. You sure you don't have anything you'd like to say, Mr. Wright? What did you just say, Your Honor? Nothing, Mr. Wright, nothing. We're just going around and around in circles. Now then, Mr. Powers, please continue with your testimony. Alright, so that's a plus, but it didn't alter our conversation, so let's try the other one. So I gave the bellboy a tip, yada yada, penny pincher, trying to figure out, really shocked me, how much it was. Turned around, really shocked. I'm afraid I don't follow at all. Alright, let's ask about On Guard's tip. The defendant is a huge star. He can afford to give generous tips, wouldn't you agree? Look, I'm technically defending him. Sure. But giving him that much, and it was maybe a little too much, I think. A little too much? Having worked in some rich resort hotels, I'll tell you this, they treat you like shit, but they have no idea what anything is worth, so you can get thousands in tips. Fucking wild. Rich people do not understand money in the slightest. Would you please clarify for the court about how much would you say the defendant gave to the bellboy? That movie has provided the world with an endless supply of memes. True. In a normal courtroom, we'd have to call Pearl to the stand to testify about it anyway, because attorneys can't be witnesses. Oh, you're right. Honestly, I don't know. I can't even begin to guess. And why's that? Because he gave the bellboy a really, really fat roll of cash. A roll of cash? At least it wasn't a briefcase. Ah, well, how interesting. That certainly was a very generous tip, wasn't it? A very fat roll of cash? That can hardly be called a tip, Your Honor. Judge is beginning to look awfully suspicious of us. Let's raise an objection. I'm gonna hit save. Oh, that's totally different. That's bizarre. They changed a lot of things in the UI. It's Risby coughing a bit. He gets hairballs because he's a long-furred dog. Objection! The defendant is a superstar. That kind of tip is typical fare for people like him. Are you saying that all superstars are super spenders? If I could receive large rolls of cash by simply bringing people things on trays, Edgeworth. Edgeworth, you better back off of this one, buddy. Then why on earth would I stand around here prosecuting? Was the whole tuna can, Your Honor? That's really good. I don't know what that one's from, but now I'm just fucking picturing someone comparing a roll of bills to a tuna can. I see tuna can, and all I think of is I dropped the screw in the tuna. He's got a point. I don't even get paid, let alone rolls of cash for all my hard work. So supposing that roll of cash was not a tip. Something from a friend, okay. Then what was it? Payment, Your Honor. Payment? Zing. Isn't it obvious? For the murder of Juan Corrida. Then the bellboy the witness saw. Yes, he was the assassin. Hold your horses now. Mr. Edgeworth, you don't have any proof of this. Do you? Have I ever been unprepared to support my claims, Your Honor? I have here the card Soléil the Killer left at the scene of the crime. Soléil the Killer? He's the person the police's special investigations team has been chasing for ages. I'm certain that the person the witness saw was this very assassin, Soléil the Killer. Oh, really? Oh yeah, I forgot Powers was there. What's wrong, Mr. Powers? No, nothing. Something just clicked in my head, and I think I just figured something out. Oh? Actually, I saw that bellboy again later on that night. What? Mr. Powers, please testify. Tell us what you saw. Yes, sir, right away. Ooh, now he's full of confidence. The second time. This time I was in that hallway because I had to go to the bathroom. And that's when the bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Of course, when I say room, I of course mean Juan Corrida's room. Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. Yeah, so he had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. I mean... Am I gonna get to question him on I mean? Thank you very much, that's all we need for now. Huh? I'm not done, there's still more. Let us first establish that the bellboy was truly Mr. the Killer. Then we shall see. So the bellboy came out of the victim's room. And if that bellboy really was the assassin, then I think the answer is fairly obvious. The answer is fairly odd, parents. That would be correct, Your Honor. Well, Mr. Wright, I believe it's your turn to entertain and make us laugh. This is no laughing matter. I'm gonna check the end real quick. Aww. I feel ripped off. And what time was it? Well, I don't remember. The award ceremony ended around 8, right? And I went to Matt's room pretty soon after that. And then I came back. And then I went to the bathroom. Had a really good piss. So I guess maybe it was around 8:10 by that time? You're not one for details, are you, Mr. Powers? Sorry. I thought I could maybe catch Matt and say my congrats. And that's when that bellboy I saw earlier came out of the room. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah, kind of hard to miss. Yep. And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform, after all. But you see, well, he had those stitches on his face. Ugh. So I'm sure it's the same guy that was talking to Matt. That seems like something that wouldn't happen to two different bellboys at the same hotel, probably. I mean, the odds are astronomical. If I had a nickel for every time I saw a bellboy with stitches down the middle of his face, I'd have 1 nickel. And it's perfectly normal that it didn't happen twice. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Of course, when I say room, I mean Juan Corrida's room. I'm going like slowly more and more into Shaggy Rogers as I voice this guy. Picture of the killer reminds me of Paul. He does. It does. It absolutely looks like Paul Rubens. The victim's room, huh? Yeah, the one with all the really pretty flowers and teddy bears. It was Juan's room, all right. Words cannot describe how screwed I am. as the Penguin's dad. Oh, fuck. I was thinking he could be Batman's true arch nemesis, One-Face. Huh. Let's continue with the testimony, shall we? Now that I think about it, that bellboy did seem kinda out of place. So what exactly was so out of place about him? Right. Why the insipid grin? Maybe because I have no idea what damaging thing he's gonna say next. Well, the bellboy was empty-handed. Empty-handed? That bellboy was one of those room service folks, right? But he wasn't pushing a cart and he wasn't holding a tray either. You'd call that a little strange too, wouldn't you? Having worked as a bellhop. No, that's not strange at all. You could be leaving a cart behind. You could be delivering a message that's in your coat pocket. So no, this is flimsy at best. I agree that it is a bit strange, Mr. Powers. But is it really that unusual for a bellboy to be empty-handed? Should I do? Should I let Mr. Powers' testimony slide, or... We do not have the evidence to try and pull a fast one, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I think it's gonna damage us. There's nothing strange or unusual about an empty-handed bellboy. But there really, really is. There really, really isn't. If you two are done being school children, bellboys are for room service. There's no reason for them to be empty-handed ever. Again, have none of these people ever stayed in a hotel except for Phoenix? Good lord. I'm almost insulted by this line of reasoning. Your Honor, I ask that the witness's previous statement be supplanted with this new one. Edgeworth. You're gonna do whatever you can to make the bellboy look suspicious? I see. Well, we've got to set up the case, Nick. Very well, this court recognizes and grants the prosecution's request. Mr. Powers, if you could amend your testimony, please. Yes, sir. Alright, well, we do have an amended testimony now. I thought it was kind of strange for a bellboy to come out of the guest room empty-handed. I guess we can press him on this one, too? So you're saying that it's suspicious for him to be empty-handed? Yeah, really suspicious. I mean, when I first saw that bellboy, he was holding a tray in his hand. Which, by the way, is not how you transport drinks in a hotel environment. That is dangerous as fuck. You do not hold them on a tray unless you've just taken them from the cart and are bringing them directly to someone, and there's no cart in this image. A hand tray is not a good idea in this situation and is very dangerous. And there was a bottle of juice and a wine glass on it. Juice? What kind of juice was it? I'm pretty sure it was tomato juice. We could come up with some sort of reason as to why he'd come out empty-handed. See, that tomato juice was in Juan's room. And he left it there for some reason. Some sort of proof. Then I think we can dodge the bullet on this one for now. Proof, huh? Sounds like another job for the court record. Is it, though? All right. So it had to be the assassin, I'm sure of it. Okay, it didn't immediately send me into a press or present right now screen. Please don't be so quick to judge. Oh, but it's kind of a Powers family thing. Think of every person as a thief. Jesus Christ. No wonder he's nervous all the time. Well, I guess a thief and an assassin are both sneaky and silent? That's not the point, Phoenix. In any case, if that bellboy was the assassin, it'd be very bad for us. But he really is the assassin, you know? Yes, but you can't give in yet. If you want to prolong this trial for as long as possible, you're gonna have to pull some cheap tricks on this one. Speaking of cheap tricks... Alright. Are you sure it was the same bellboy? Yeah! And how could you tell? All the bellboys wear the same uniform. Okay, I thought this would give us something. Just the same thing again. So which room did the bellboy come out of? Huh. I guess I thought it was kind of strange we present. That's the one, right? Back one and present evidence there. I'm gonna try this one right now. Because he came out empty-handed and this is what he was carrying when he went in. That or the photo. Excellent. Excellent. Objection! Oh, music stopped. Mr. Powers. Yes? You're easily influenced by other people's words, aren't you? As soon as you heard that the bellboy might have been the killer, you got caught up in believing it must be true. But, isn't he really suspicious? He's got all those stitches and... So? A baseball has stitches. That was not the best argument you could have took there. Do you hate people with, wounds or something? Like... It's normal for people to have stitches, especially after injuries. Are you saying all baseballs are suspicious because they have stitches? Wow, they're really going all out on this one. Oh, well, there's also... what about him being empty-handed? I'd like to ask the court to please take a look here. This is the crime scene. There's a wine glass. There's a wine glass sitting next to Mr. Corrida's body. I don't know why it's so hard to roll my R's in Phoenix's voice, but not anyone else. Maybe he's just a snitch, true. The liquid inside the glass is tomato juice. And now, if you look at what is on top of the table in the lower right corner here, anyone can see that it is a tray with a bottle of tomato juice on it. Dang, Nick. The bellboy had just brought this to Mr. Corrida's room. So I guess I've just decided that Phoenix doesn't know how to roll his R's. He left the tray in the room, which is why he was empty-handed when he left. But that would mean the bellboy had seen and left a dead body in the room. Ah, but can you prove that Mr. Corrida was already dead at the time? Mr. Edgeworth? Yes? I blame you for leading me down this route. I'm terribly sorry. What is with him? Why is he laughing? Witness, isn't there one more thing you'd like to share with us? Is there? The bellboy was empty-handed, or should I say, empty-handed. Huh? Huh? I recall you had something interesting to say about his hands. Oh, yeah, I almost forgot. Huh? What? That bellboy, he was wearing gloves. Gloves. Which is not good for carrying serving trays unless they have rubberized fingertips. Yeah, pitch black leather ones. All the other bellboys don't wear gloves like that, right? Black leather gloves? Why didn't you mention them earlier? Sorry, it slipped my mind. Oh, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. I keep wanting to do powers as the Cowardly Lion from Oz, but on top of what we talked about a bit ago, about L. Frank Baum, and also the fact that I've been voicing him this way for so long, I can't justify it. But I will say this, put him up, put him up. Ah, boy, does this make the bellboy look really suspicious. Alright, gotta focus. I can't get lax here. So what if you had gloves? A lot of bellboys wear gloves. Come on, Mr. Wright, that bellboy was wearing black leather ones. Yeah, that is a little odd, I gotta admit. Maybe he had a rash? Possible, but black leather, still not good for what he's doing. Also, if he had a hand on his rash, he shouldn't be... A hand on his rash. If he had a rash on his hand, he shouldn't be handling food anyway. Like, even through gloves, it should not be done. So, a football's... Are we really going back to sport ball metaphors here? And I don't say sport ball derogatorily. I mean, literally talking about the ball used in a sport. Are you saying all footballs are suspicious because they're made of leather? Damn, Phoenix. Yeah, you are on it tonight, my dude. But that means he received a large roll of cash from the defendant. And then he was seen leaving the crime scene wearing black leather gloves. I don't think that even someone like myself can believe he was just another bellboy. Did he just call himself credulous? I like that. The judge finally realized how credulous he is. Ugh. It seems we've finally come to an understanding. Now then, witness, please continue with the rest of your testimony. The restimony, if you prefer. Restimony? Oh yes, please tell us more. Okay. Another one. Alright. Their second meeting. Yeah, he's not good at covering his tracks. Though I do imagine that Engard fucked him up because Engard is kind of incompetent too. Engard has money in place of, you know, planning. I got ADHD. Someone wants to give me money so I can't plan. That'd be great. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. He gave something to the person inside the room. Then the old guy just left without even going into the room. After that, I went to the bathroom and back to my seat. So the bellboy, after leaving the crime scene, went to the defendant's room? Yeah. I kind of saw all that by accident. Some accident? I'd say you saw too much. All of it was suspicious to high heaven. I think it's safe to say that we can no longer consider this bellboy to be abnormal. Now then, let's get started, shall we? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor. Their second meeting. Again, yeah. After leaving Juan's room, the bellboy went and knocked on Matt's door just like that. Is that what you saw while you were busy spying? Excuse me? I may be a poor underpaid action star, but even I wouldn't stoop to spying. Well, I think the point is, where did you watch all this from, Mr. Powers? It was a ficus, wasn't it? Was he hiding behind a ficus? I bet it was a ficus. Come on, say ficus. Judge? Mr. Powers? Ficus. It's a good word. Oh, I'm from the door of the bathroom. With my left eye and a sort of sneaky spy-like... I knew he was spying. Please, does it really matter if he was doing it over or underhandedly? What did the bellboy do next? That's all I care to know. He gave something to the person inside the room. Interesting. He didn't see who the second person was. I said hold it! Okay. Okay. That's better. What kind of statement is that? Please elaborate and give us a few more details. Oh, okay. Huh, I should probably ask him only one question at a time. I guess let's ask about the person inside. So, who took this something the bellboy handed off? I don't know. What do you mean? I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. Only an arm? Were they armed and dangerous? Then you're saying you didn't see the person's face. Yeah. Well, it was Mr. Ongod's room, correct? So it could have only been Mr. Ongod himself, I'd say. No, there was someone else staying in that room. And then, what did the bellboy do after that? Oh, so after he gave the person inside the room the thing... Alright, so let's go back and ask the other one. I want to know what the something is. Let's ask about the something now. Was it a nickel samurai outfit? Oh, wait, that proves nothing. Yup. I just noticed that the lawyer's badge is on Phoenix's lapel. I don't know how I've missed that for literally years. But it's on his left lapel. The lapel is the lower part of the collar, right? Maybe? Well, it's on the lower part of his coat collar. He gave something to this person. Yeah. And what was this something? I don't know how I missed that before. Was it added in the update, or have I just never noticed? If I remembered what it was, I wouldn't be calling it a something, would I? But this implies that something was removed from the scene of the crime. I can't look away. It's true. I can't look away. Are you sure you really can't remember, Mr. Powers? I think it was something kind of small. I'd like to summarize the testimony up to this point, if you don't mind. Ooh. It always means something's about to go off if Edgeworth is gonna describe the summary. Summarize the description? There we go, that's close enough. He was empty-handed, how did he have something? Huh. No, he had... Having a hard time wrapping my brain around it. When the bellboy left the crime scene, he immediately went to the defendant's room. There, he handed a small item of some sort to the person inside. As for the person who received the item, all you could see was the person's arm. Yes, it was just like that. Mr. Edgeworth, is all this really that important? Of course, Your Honor. I think this is of the utmost importance. A bellboy would never be empty-handed, is some real if you have time to lean energy. Yeah. Oof. Ouch. 100% right, Bad Road. This is when whatever was removed from the crime scene was handed over to the client. Mr. Powers, please try to remember what it was the bellboy handed off. Let's see, I think it was... no... You remember, please add it to your testimony. Yes, sir. If I saw it again, I could say for sure, but I think it was some sort of wooden statue? Do we have something like that? Yep, we sure do. This has gotta be it. I forgot about the wooden bear. What was the point of that pregnant pause? Where did that objection come from? Well, speak up. It was me, Your Honor. What is it, Phoenix? I have a feeling that something bad's gonna happen once I show this. Ooh. Mr. Wright, if you have something to say, please spit it out. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, Phoenix. Deep breath. Mr. Powers, the something you saw, was it this item? Oh, hey, that's it! That's the something! Wow, Mr. Wright, you really figured it out! Huh. I recall we found this at Matt Engard's mansion. At the defendant's house? I think the killer is now trying to get Engard put away rather than protect him. I think he's been doing that secretly for a while. At the defendant's house? Mia should have had an ellipsis too. That would have been great. So what does this mean? It's simple, Your Honor. Shelley the killer assassinated Juan Corrida in his room. And then he stole this wooden bear from the scene of the crime. Then, the bear being found at Mr. Engard's mansion would mean... It goes without saying, Your Honor. Matt Engard is the killer's client. Order! 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 I said order! Mr. Wright, this is a most unfortunate turn of events for you. Yeah. Sorry, Mia. No, it's all right. Your judgment was sound. Actually, I figured the bear would come up. If not now, then it would have later on. Even if you hadn't shown it to the court, I'm sure your friend Edgeworth would have. Oh, I almost forgot that he knew about it too. I think it's... See, Phoenix is still looking at Edgeworth in this courtroom as an adversary, which is not correct. It's not right. Because Edgeworth is seeing Phoenix as an ally here and trying to work with him. But Nick obviously has difficulty trusting Edgeworth after all that happened. I think it's clear that there's no need for us to continue this trial. Can't let this happen. I have to do something. There has to be something we've overlooked. Your Honor, a minute, please. Yes, Mr. Wright? There are still a few points left that we haven't fully explored. What are you trying to pull? Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright. What questionable point would you like to explore further? The person who received the bear, because we still don't know that one. There was one thing in Mr. Powers' testimony that was very unclear. And that's the identity of the person who received the bear. He gave something to the person inside the room. I'm sorry, but I only saw the person's arm. As long as we don't know who it was that took the bear, we can't be... What is it, Mr. Powers? If you're gonna scream like that, then at least give us a good reason why. Oh, yeah, sorry. Actually, so, I just remembered. I remembered who took the bear. What? Really? I mean, I only saw his arm, but the arm... It was the Nickel Samurai's arm, I swear it. Alright, so now we have almost concrete proof that this was handed to Adrian. That's interesting, huh? But did the killer know it was being handed to Adrian? Probably not. Also, the stitches are not drawn on his face at this angle. Which I understand that this was originally done on the screen of a Game Boy Advance. But I feel like that's the first time I've looked at one of these redraws and gone, oh, that's a problem. You gotta be kidding! Are you sure of that, Mr. Powers? Yeah, I'm sure it was the Nickel Samurai. Order! Order! It looks like you've dug your own grave! Again. How many times is that today? I've lost count. Nothing else we can blame Adrian. True. So the person who took in this little bear was the Nickel Samurai. And, as we all know, Matt On Guard is the Nickel Samurai. Oh, he's just passing the ball. Thanks to the defense, we've made that all the clearer. What am I supposed to do now? Mia, help! You don't have time to act lost. You've got to find another angle to attack this from. Hurry. Now I'll bet... Your Honor? Again, Mr. Wright? We've already removed any and all questionable areas of this testimony. I have a brunch date. It's about time you were removed from this court, Mr. Wright. We have to find something. Even one more little point will do. There are still questions left unanswered. What are you trying to pull? You notice that his anger is never directed towards Wright. He always just watches Nick intensely. Oh, well, we can't have that. All right, Mr. Wright, what questionable point would you like to explore further? The bear itself. We've gone over the testimony, it's gotta be. I think it's fairly obvious that the bear itself is very questionable. Also, it has red shorts. It's the anti-poo. The bear, Mr. Wright? This was found at Mr. Onguard's mansion. In fact, it's probably intentionally a reference to Winnie the Pooh. Albeit a small one. You know, about a bear with very little brain. Damn, but fucking Winnie the Pooh had some really great neurodivergent rep in it. This was found in Mr. Onguard's mansion, which I'm certain is intentional, because Milne was I believe, a child psychologist. However, Mr. Onguard was arrested at the hotel that night, which means that since the murder occurred, he has not had a chance to go home. Oh, I didn't even think of that. Good job, Nick. I think Your Honor has already figured out what I'm trying to say. It's not possible that it was Matt Onguard who took this bear to his mansion. Good job, Mr. Wright. Why, that's very true. We didn't consider that point, Mr. Wright. There was no way, time-wise, for the defendant to have taken this bear home. Oh, disaster avert. You haven't gotten the best of me yet, Mr. Wright. Huh? I remember it clear as day. I remember what you muttered to yourself at On Guard's mansion. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Can't believe it. That butler, all this time, he was the killer. The killer and On Guard were working together, so to speak. And the killer was hiding at On Guard Mansion as its butler. What a bold move! Which, yes, that means he was trying to get Matt. Is that right, Matt? Yeah, he was trying to get On Guard a guilty sentence. What is he trying to achieve here? He's just gonna make more bodies pile up. Infamy. Infamy is what he's trying to achieve. He's a pop culture serial killer. The bear figurine was brought back to On Guard Mansion by the killer himself. When it looked like he was about to be arrested, On Guard had him do so. I assume because it would have been bad had the police found it during their investigation. Well, Mr. Wright, you've been quiet for a bit now. This is too much. Isn't there anything I can attack at all? I think we've heard enough. Have we, though? We now know why this bear figurine was at the defendant's mansion. As well as who it was that received the bear from the assassin in his room. Everything has become very clear. The client who hired the assassin to commit the murder was Mr. Matt On Guard. I see no reason for this trial to continue. Therefore, I'll now hand down my verdict. Thank you, Your Honor, for your understanding. You see, Mr. Wright, you could not win against the truth, could you? Knew it'd turn out this way. After all, what Edgeworth has stated is the truth. Any last objections, Mr. Wright? Obviously. What should I do? I mean, obviously. Boom. There's only one way for me to drag this trial out. The only thing I have left is one dirty trick. Your Honor, right now we have these two reasons to believe my client is the assassin's client. Reason number one, he accepted the bear figurine from the assassin. Reason two, that very same figurine was found at On Guard's mansion. However, it's possible this is all the work of a certain other person. What are you saying? What I'm saying is, it's possible a different person is the killer's real client. The real client? Yes. Tisk tisk. Is this all you have? Come on, Edgeworth is counting on you, Phoenix. Now then, Mr. Wright, let's hear your theory. Who do you say is the killer's real client and therefore the real murderer? I mean, Adrian, there's no one else. Adrian Andrews? Why does Phoenix have a different voice now, by the way? Y'all are hearing that, right? I thought I was imagining it at first. But no, that's a different voice. That's bizarre. Why would they do that? Yes, we already know that she tried to frame Matt Engard for the crime. Is it the same voice actor at a later date, maybe? By wearing a spare nickel samurai costume. A popped collar serial killer, there you go. Ah! Then the nickel samurai's arm that I saw. This is how he sounds when he's lying. That could have very well been Ms. Andrews. But what about Mr. On-Guard? If you would please recall yesterday's testimony. The defendant was taking a nap during the break period. That's right. Then, finding this figure at Mr. On-Guard's mansion? It was a well-laid trap set by Miss Andrews. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion on this? Alright, give a shrug, a grin, and say, no, I got nothing. I can't even begin to count the flaws in this defense's logic. Oh. Besides which, there's no evidence to support it. However, I can't fully discount its possibility either. What is with this trial? Come on, anyone can tell On-Guard did it.
I can't believe the defense would go so far as to pin the guilt onto someone else.
Yeah, unbelievable. It's not something petty. It's a murder of all things. It's to save Maya. This is to save Maya. This is to save Maya. To save Maya. Even if the whole world turns against me, this is one fight I can't give up. Order, order, order! All disruptive parties will be forced to leave the courtroom. Your Honor. For the benefit of the defense, I'm willing to play along with his what-if game. His what-if game, Mr. Edgeworth? The prosecution is prepared to challenge the defense's theory. Mr. Wright, even you must have thought it strange and wondered, why would the criminal want this little wooden bear? Wondering that since I first fucking saw the thing. What is up with this? He's right. The killer did specially bring that bear to On-Guard right away. Why do you ask? Is there something special about it? Absolutely. And I'm sure that once the court knows its significance, the true killer's identity will become crystal clear. Oh, that's a good call, Willow. She's got a motive. She blames both of them for her mentor's death. That's very true. The prosecution calls upon a witness who will clear all doubts against Ms. Andrews. Is it Ms. Andrews? And who would that be? You know what that means? It's quite simple, Your Honor. Miss Adrian Andrews herself. Called it. I see. Well, then the court will take a short 10-minute recess. The prosecution will prepare its witness in that time. Yes, Your Honor. March 23, 11:54 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 3. Alright, we're gonna leave it there while I go to the break. Sound good to everyone? Sounds good to me. And I'm the one up here on this digital stage. So that's what we're gonna do. Before we go to the break, during which I will be making a sandwich, I would like to remind you all that there is a civil rights movement happening around the country and the wider world. Black Americans, people of color, are fighting for things that should never have to be fought for, like equal rights, equal treatment under the law, and not be attacked, terrorized, and even murdered by the police. We have listed right here some ways that you can help, including the Bail Fund Network,
To help keep protesters out of jail, the Oprah Project and the Black Trans Travel Fund to help black, trans, and non-binary people with food, supplies, and travel out of dangerous situations. And the Black Hills Legal Fund, the Lakota People's Fund to take back their land to 6 grandfathers, which was stolen by white people, arbitrarily renamed to Mount Rushmore, and then had some white slave owners' faces carved into the side of it. Black lives matter. Lives of people of color matter. Indigenous lives and lands matter. Asian and Pacific Islander lives matter. These are things we have to keep saying and pushing and fighting for until the people all the way to the top not only understand and acknowledge them, but work to make them real protected truths. All right, I'm going to head on over to the kitchen. I'll see you back here in about 5 minutes. Oh shit, sorry about that. I'd intended to hit BRB, but I hit the wrong button. Whoops. Anyway, back now, and I discovered the ultimate question to the answer of life, the universe, and everything. And that answer is, how many pickle chips do you put on a roast beef and provolone sandwich? Apparently the answer is a lot. Can you imagine 42 pickle chips on a single sandwich? Fucking A. The universe really needs its electrolytes. I tend more between the range of 2 and 4 myself. Alright, here we go. I will be eating intermittently. March 23, 11:54 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Oh, I knew it was a good idea to hold her hostage. Don't you agree, Mr. Lawyer? But I never thought in your desperation you'd try to pin the guilt on Adrian. Oh, I swear this demon will pay.
Mr. Nick.
Pearls? Where's Mia?
I don't know. A really strong power suddenly called her away.
Really strong power.
Oh, Mr. Nick, your phone is...
From Gumshoe. How's it going? You been hanging in there, pal? Yeah, sort of. We just barely found something to latch onto. Whew, that's good, pal. What about you? Anything yet? Have you figured out where the killer and Maya are? We still don't have any leads, but what? We don't have any more time. If we just had one, even a single clue would be really helpful. I was only able to come this far because I kept thinking to myself, I've got to keep the trial going until Maya's been rescued. But if I just run out of luck this time, is all our hope for naught? A tent! Huh? A tent? I could see a circus tent. Oh, hey, it's Mia. Wow, this is just coming full circle here, huh? Mia!
It looks like Maya was unconscious until just a few minutes ago. As soon as she woke up, she called for me.
So it was Maya that called you away. Really strong Maya.
She's locked in a dusty little room right now. But I could see a circus tent outside the window about 300 feet away.
Gumshoe? Is there a circus in town right now? There's only one, pal. The Very Big Circus. Maya is somewhere within a 300-foot radius of the main tent. What? Okay, hold on a sec, pal. Hey! Draw a circle on that map, about a 300-foot radius from the main tent. Hurry!
And I could see a mailbox under the window just outside.
Gumshoe, there's also a mailbox. Okay. What else? What else, Mia?
I'm sorry, but it was a very small window. I couldn't see anything else. Felt like I was in an old office building, maybe the 3rd floor or so.
I heard her. An old office building. Good stuff, pal. Okay, just hang in there. Just a little longer, pal. Wish us luck. Good luck. I'll call you later. So don't let your battery die, okay, pal? Mia, Maya's not hurt, right?
She's in a pretty bad state, Phoenix. She's being starved.
And after 3 days, that shit really starts to kick in. Sue, please hurry.
Looks like we're out of time. You alright, Phoenix?
Only a matter of time before Maya's rescued. I can do this. Just have to make this trial last a little longer. March 23, 12:05 p.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3. God, that's good coffee. Court will now reconvene. The killer, the man who had murdered his victim, handed this to his client. From this, one obvious question arises. Why this particular item? I believe the answer to that question will provide us with the name of the real culprit. I know the reason Edgeworth has resting villain face is because he starts out as a villain. But I like that he was able to change his opinion and do the right thing. And continues to do so while looking like the bad guy. Now then, the prosecution calls the defendant's manager, Adrian Andrews, to the stand. Think she's related to Archie Andrews? Currently, the witness is accused of tampering and obstruction of justice. However, you've been called to the witness stand today to ascertain who exactly is guilty of murder. Sorry, took a bite of sandwich. I understand. Very good. Now, have you ever seen this bear before, Ms. Andrews? There's a bear? Of course I have. You have seen it before? That's right. It's only natural that the witness has. Ms. Andrews, could you please enlighten the court to this bear's secrets? All right. Why does she... The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. I was wondering about that. If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time. At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item. Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can open the bear. You really can't tell that it's a small jewelry box just by looking at it. So this figurine, it's a container of sorts, is it? See, I knew it when they called attention to the cracks and seams. I knew it had to either be a puzzle or an elaborate action figure for some thing that I don't know. Yes. Looks can be deceiving, wouldn't you agree? Yes, this is superb craftsmanship. You should be getting sound. Try refreshing? You can't hear me. Alright, hopefully that'll clear up. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. You may begin your cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Just refreshed? Okay. Hopefully it's working now. It looks like there really was something to that bear after all. Just forgetful, gotcha. The bear figurine. Actually, this is an elaborate puzzle. A puzzle. That's right. But it looks like an ordinary figurine. True enough. People who don't know, I'm sure they'd never guess that it was a puzzle. So what kind of puzzle is this exactly? Wearing an earbud before you went, ah, that'll do it.
If you know the correct order, it can be taken apart one piece at a time.
So you can take it apart? And how would one go about doing that?
Well, you first turn its tail to the right and push it in.
Oh, yes, I see.
After that, the arms and legs are free to move and can be removed.
Oh, this is most interesting. Boy and his new toy. Like he's 5 all over again. Hey, same though. Oh, don't mind me. Go ahead and carry on.
I think he's lost it.
So what do you find after you take the puzzle apart?
At its center is a small cavity with just enough room to store a small item.
And how do you know about this?
I know because I was the one who bought it.
Huh?
It was a souvenir from when a friend and I went to Switzerland.
Then this was a present from you?
That's right. It was a puzzle in the shape of a bear, so I thought it would be perfect for Juan.
So it was a present from Ms. Andrews. This is pretty sus, not gonna lie. Witness, let's continue with your testimony.
Because of its complexity, if you don't know the order, you can't open the bear.
So, who exactly knew how to solve the puzzle?
Only the two of us, Juan and myself.
But it is a puzzle, not a lock. Someone could figure it out.
It was a souvenir from Switzerland, so I doubt there's that many people with the same bear in this country.
But it looks like it can be easily broken. Especially if someone wanted to get at what's inside.
Well, it's a toy, but it can never be the same again once it's been broken.
That was good. That's a good metaphor, right? You hear that? That's a metaphor she just did. That's some good metaphor.
You really can't tell there's a small jewelry box just by looking at it.
Who else knows that this bear is actually a small container or jewelry box?
I never told anyone. And as long as Juan never told anyone either, then only the two of us knew.
The two of you, huh? Of course, that means Mr. Ongar didn't know, right? I think this is about all I'm gonna get for now. Updated. A wooden puzzle with a hollow inside. Only Corrida and Andrews knew how to open it. Well, Mr. Wright, I think even you've come to realize that there is one very important fact we've uncovered, and that is this. This bear is actually a jewelry box. Now that we've agreed to this point, there's only one logical question that can come next. And that is this. What's inside the box? What's inside? That's right. That's what we're going to find out next.
Yes?
You are the only one who can open this. Please. There's a painful silence hanging over the courtroom. Now I'm narrating instead of monologuing. All eyes are on Ms. Andrews now as she solves the puzzle and takes the bear apart. Page of 7, yep.
I've opened it. Is this what you wanted?
What's that? It looks like a note. I don't think we need to guess at what that is, do we, Mr. Wright? It's the suicide note.
The suicide note?
The suicide note left by Juan Corrida's former manager, Celeste Inpax. Until now, no one knew of its whereabouts, but just as we suspected, it was hidden. Hidden by the victim, Juan Corrida himself. It seems Celeste Inpax had very beautiful handwriting. And she just as beautifully signed her own name on this document. This is most definitely the note she left right before she committed the crime.
Order! Witness? Did you know about this? Yes, I did. I heard all about it from Juan. When I discovered his body, I looked for the bear. I wanted to destroy the note before it became public. But I couldn't find it anywhere.
Because it had already been taken by the killer.
Everything's going at Mr. Edgeworth's pace. So now that the suicide note's been found, what's the next logical question?
What's written on the note?
That's right. At least that's what I'd think.
Now then, I believe it's only appropriate the contents of this note be made known. See, I assumed that what's on the note is going to be really gay. And Adrian Andrews wants to hide that from getting out to the public because in that, and this, to an extent, day and age, being publicly gay would destroy just all memories of a person in the public consciousness. But I bet it's something else, because there's no way they're gonna go gay. This is Capcom in like 2013.
I can't stop you, can I?
Yeah, we wouldn't want to talk about two women kissing in a game about bloody murder.
I went through so much just to get my hands on it. And I was gonna burn it for her sake.
I'm deeply sorry, but I can't allow you to persuade me to stop. Your Honor, if you could please read the contents of the note aloud.
Very well.
The judge's voice rang loud and clear through the deathly silent courtroom. In her note, Celeste Inpax left to us a record of all that had happened to her. About being used and thrown away by On Guard. About being engaged to Corrida, and On Guard's role in destroying that. And about how she decided in her despair to end it all. Well, at least this means they're not doing Bury Your Gays. The problem being that they're not doing your gays at all.
And that's all Ms. Inpax had to say.
There's one thing I'd like to say here. The prosecution has no interest in slandering Mr. On Guard.
Then what?
Our intention, Your Honor, is to establish a motive for murder. Isn't that correct, witness?
Yes. On the night of the murder, Juan was going to make the contents of the note public. After the post-ceremony show, He was going to hold a press conference. My word!
Matt On-Guard values above all else his refreshing like a spring breeze image, which is why he had to stop this note from being made public at any cost. Found inside the figurine tells of On-Guard's horrible misdeeds.
It's On-Guard's fault the woman killed herself.
And this time even went so far as to kill someone to stop him from revealing it.
How terrible. What a selfish person. I guess there's slime-bow lawyers out there who will defend these creeps, too.
There's no room for doubt here. Mr. DeKiller's client goal was to obtain... Mr. DeKiller's client's goal was to obtain this suicide note. And the only person who needed this note that badly is the defendant. Let's not forget that the bear with the note inside was found at the defendant's house.
It seems we've come to the truth at last. The defendant's motives were entirely selfish. He deserves no sympathy from anyone.
Ugh. How am I supposed to escape from this one?
Why the hesitation, Phoenix? Gumshoe hasn't called yet, so you know what you gotta do.
I know, I have to carry on and buy him more time. Okay, there's two deadly pieces of evidence, the figurine and the suicide note. Maybe somehow I can find a way out of this situation through one of these.
The gavel's already in the judge's hand, Phoenix. Hurry.
Suicide note or the figurine? Which one of these should I pursue? I don't see how either of these could be a failure, right? These both sound like things that I should bring up. All right. So the nice thing is that the sound of the shouts is very clear. I like that, but he sounds so much different. It's strange. Please wait, Your Honor. Oh man, look at that lawyer.
He's still going at it? It's like he doesn't care that he's trying to get a killer off the hook.
I think Your Honor believes that Matt On-Guard killed in order to obtain this note.
Yes, that's correct.
But that seems a little strange. In fact, I think there's a contradiction here. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. Alright, yep, Phoenix just has to not roll his R's. This note was hidden by Mr. Corrida until the night of the murder. If that's the case, I say that Matt On-Guard could not have known what was written on this note.
Oh, I didn't think of it that way.
Exactly, but I did think of it that way and thought it was rather strange. No one in their right mind would kill for a note without first knowing what it said. Zing! And the bear would have shown that he couldn't know what was on the note because he couldn't solve the bear.
Order! Order! Order!
You make a valid point, Mr. Wright. Mr. Edgeworth, what's your opinion? It's just a flash, but I think I did rather well on this one. Unfortunately, I think he believes differently. Mia should at least realize that Edgeworth is on their side, right? It's weird that Mia doesn't seem to grok that. No, I don't want to use the word grok anymore. It's been poisoned. And it's weird that she doesn't seem like she understands that. I got a stuffy nose and no sumatriptan. I believe a show of appreciation is in order. Ah? The defense seems to be in love with wishing more to spare upon itself. I'd like to direct this court's attention to this. What's that? It's a very small video camera, Your Honor. This type of camera is commonly used as a means of spying. Spying? What the? Thought that spy camera was in my possession. Matt Onguard and the victim both thought of the other as their biggest rival. A very small camera. Nice. At the Very Big Circus, but with an A. They even went so far as to use this type of item to find each other's weaknesses. And the victim, Juan Corrida, was being spied on. His personal life was being watched by none other than Matt Onguard. So there was 2 cameras. Order! Order! Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor? You don't tell me you knew about your client's spying activities. Well, sort of? Sort of is not an acceptable answer, Mr. Wright. I see you're confused, Mr. Wright. You're probably thinking, but I have the camera that was in the stuffed bear's eye. But this camera that I have is not that same one. Yep. Last night I searched the victim's house on a hunch. Using this Gumshoe's bug sweeper. I hope you had better luck with that thing than I did. By the way, Mr. Wright, the defendant's fingerprints were found on this camera. Matt Onguard's fingers were on there? Well, Phoenix, it looks like those cameras were hidden all over the place, huh? What am I supposed to say about that evidence? I think this is the end. Okay, so they're all Matt Onguard? See, I thought it was going to come out that Juan had been spying on Matt, too. Very odd. It's fairly obvious that Mr. Onguard's learned of this suicide note through this. He was watching the victim all along. He got me good this time. I don't have anything to counter that. Hey, now what's that lawyer thinking? Mommy, is that man the bad killer guy? Shush, stop, don't look at him. The way you're sweating is just so, nasty. Phoenix? Yes, Chief? Have you figured out what you're gonna do next? What I'm gonna do next? Just running away like a frightened child work? I know it seems like Mr. Edgeworth is very close to putting the lid on this case, but in his eagerness to prove his point, he forgot one very important thing. No, he planned around it. He planned around that important thing. Well, what is it, Mia? There's a piece of evidence that he really should investigate. Something he should investigate? I'd really hate to see the good prosecutor get scolded for not remembering to look into the item when he had the chance. Why are you speaking in riddles all of a sudden? That seems to be her one weakness. All right, I think this time we finally understand everything. Well, Mr. Wright, you don't have any further objections, do you? Well, the note they just found, yep. I was thinking the same dang thing. What is this piece of evidence that Mia's talking about? I figure out what it is that still needs to be looked at, or should I let it go? Let it go. I don't remember the next line of the song. I have an objection, Your Honor. That was about the weakest objection I've ever heard, Mr. Wright. Can't hold me back any... There we go! Your Honor, the defense has no intention of letting this go so easily. Miles knows how to pick Nick up. Let it go, let it go. Can't hold me back anymore. Let it go, let it go. Or turn away and slam the door. You're beginning to sound desperate. Jesus, that's just your imagination, Your Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, this is not like you at all. I choose to read that pose as "You got this, Phoenix." In your eagerness to prove your point, you've forgotten one very important thing. Hey, isn't that what I just said? So you're telling me I forgot something? You're so close, Mr. Edgeworth. But there's something you really should examine about this piece of evidence. That's Ms. Impact's suicide note, right? Huh, who knows? I mean, sure, this suicide note was found inside the bear. But this bear was in my possession until only a few moments ago. Which means the handwriting on the suicide note has yet to be analyzed. Oh! So, presenting the bear might have worked too. As to whether this pivotal piece of evidence was really written by Ms. Impacts or not, that has yet to be even remotely confirmed. Mr. Wright? You can't seriously... Mr. Wright, are you saying the suicide note is a fake? Ms. Andrews, you were the one who tried to pin this murder on Mr. OnGuard. Who's to say you didn't create a fake suicide note and put it into this bear? How dare you? Your Honor, the defense is indiscriminately accusing the witness. Again. There's no evidence linking the witness to the suicide note whatsoever. But if this is a fake, then the witness is the only person who could have made it. What? Recall the witness's testimony concerning this figurine. Handwriting analysis is like 60% bullshit, by the way. They were roommates! Yup. Maybe they can still get there. Only go from no one is gay to bury your gays. It's wild that that would be a step forward. Oh, it's so obvious that someone wanted them to be gay. Right? Some person in the writing team. Recall the witness's testimony concerning the figurine. The only person other than the victim who could solve the puzzle is the witness herself. Ah! Oh, exploding glasses again. Ms. Andrews, you wrote this note, didn't you? You wrote it so you could use it to frame Matt OnGuard. I did no such thing. Right? If you're gonna pronounce this suicide note a fake, then show this court some evidence to support your theory. Mr. Edgeworth, you were the one who presented this scrap of paper as evidence. That means the burden of proof lies with you, the prosecution. Just kiss already. That's enough. Mr. Edgeworth, can you confirm the handwriting on this suicide note? It is as the defense has stated. That was quick. The handwriting has yet to... Oh, okay. I thought he was going to say that it was in fact fake. The handwriting has yet to be analyzed. Well, if that's the case, it seems that yet again we've reached a point where a verdict is impossible. That's impossible! This isn't good, Phoenix. The judge is gonna carry this trial over one more day. Oh, so this is day 3. I don't think Maya will physically be able to make it another day. Most people can live 7 or 8 days without food. It's the water I worry about. Does she have water? We know she had wine at one point, but that's a bit of a diuretic. I didn't want to have to do this, but I don't have a choice. I request that both the prosecution and defense further investigate. Handwriting analysis, my butt. That's just the lawyer trying to buy more time. Ongard is guilty. Look, any idiot can tell you that. I think we've reached the end of the line. Guilty! 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 Guilty!
What's that sound?
It's Gumshoe. Hello? Gumshoe? Ugh. What is with him and what's with that sigh? Where's Maya? What happened to Killer? Yeah, he got away. What? I'm sorry, pal. I really am. I don't know what to say besides I'm sorry. I wish there was some way to make this up to you. I really do. Anyway, what's going on? Well, we found his hideout, pal, but the 2 of them were already gone. This is terrible. I'm gonna keep looking for him, pal. Don't you worry. Just need a little more time. But don't tell me we don't have any more time. Guilty, 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 etc., etc. Do you hear that? They're calling for his head. Mr. Wright, I can't... For us to come this far and... Oh. What is it? Let me talk to Mr. Edgeworth. I can't do that. Yes, Phoenix, you can.
Mr. Wright, would you please get a hold of yourself?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm about to end today's proceedings. You may take your phone calls after.
Hold on, Your Honor. Edgeworth, catch. Mr. Edgeworth? Please, you gotta buy us some more time. Court is in session. I'm sorry, Your Honor. You were saying?
Mr. Wright, this is a court of law.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, but...
I'm reluctant to do this, however. It appears I have no choice but to suspend proceedings until tomorrow.
Sometimes the judge and Gumshoe's voices get a little mixed together there. This time I really can't do anything. Our one weakness now. Yeah.
Court is now adjourned for the day.
Well, that's a disaster.
Objection!
Please wait, Your Honor. Edgeworth?
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
I humbly request another 30 minutes of Your Honor's time.
For what purpose?
We can perform the necessary tests on this piece of evidence in that time.
But can you really obtain your results in 30 minutes?
I believe we can, Your Honor.
But wouldn't it be better if we adjourn for today and then reconvene tomorrow?
30 minutes. Please, Your Honor. That's all I'm asking for. Please, Your Honor.
Very well. At the prosecution's request, this court will now take a 30-minute recess. But be advised that I will not allow another recess today. I'm not sure if this is helping or hurting us. The court will now take its final recess of the day. A long recess, too. Back in school, we were lucky if we got 11 minutes. March 23, 2:04 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Right? Well, what's going on with Maya's situation? The killer, it looks like he got away again. 3 minutes? We can't find her in that time. 11 minutes, that is all the time I can spare to play with you. Report. Is that Mr. Edgeworth? We don't have time, just spit it out. Right. It looks like we just missed him, sir. But the killer left a few things behind by accident in his rush to get away. A few things. Can we use any of them as evidence? I thought you'd ask, pal. I got the things he left with me right now, and I am on my way over. Really? That's odd. Any items like that are usually sent to the crime lab first. We don't have time to wait for those guys, sir. When those guys weren't looking, I swiped the stuff and ran. What? Everyone loves Maya so much. Well, I'm not a detective anymore, so, you know, I had to. I'm really sorry, sir, but I've got to put the law on hold for now. Sounds bad. I hope he doesn't get in too much trouble over this. I'm pretty sure that's a federal felony. With my hunk-of-junk car, I'd say I'll be there in about 20 minutes, sir. Don't worry, I will be there. Wait for me. All right, just get here in one piece. I'm on a mission, and no one can stop me now, sir. No one. We're on a mission from God. I'm pulling out all the stops and running every red light. Items left by the murderer, huh? Maybe there's something among them that'll be decisive enough to end this. Did he just crash through the wall? Was he closer than they thought? Hey, what's wrong? Detective Gumshoe, answer me! No, he crashed into something else. Or maybe got rammed by the killer. No one can stop me. Ooh. Line went dead. That's not even how that works on cell phones. What happened? I guess it's the language we recognize as phones in media. It sounded like he had an accident. I'm guessing his cell phone broke as well. What was he thinking? We've got to hurry and call for help. We have no idea where he is. His cell phone's broken and he wasn't driving a patrol car, so no radio either. Also, we don't get those items before they do, the police will take possession of them. No, we can't let that happen. Well, if there is a way we can find out where he is, then we stand a chance. There's never how phones work. That's true. Because that beep, beep, beep is, that's the busy signal. Very odd. Yeah, normally it would just, you'd hear a click and it would go silent until you hang up again. Why, oh why did Gumshoe have to get into an accident now? Is there any way to find out exactly where he is at this moment? I mean, of course there's a way, right? Spy camera. Right? That's right, there is a way! What? How? I'm sure we can find out where Detective Gumshoe is through this. No. No, even better. Oh my god. She put a tracker on him. You got there too, huh? I was thinking the camera, but that wouldn't have followed him very far in the car. And then I remembered Von Karma. Why are you bringing up Franziska at a time like... Oh, I see. I'll try to get in contact with her. The chances are slim, but she's all we have. Franziska. Will she even want to help us? Edgeworth? What is it? I don't have any right to judge anyone ever again. I know my client's guilty. But what I'm doing now? I'm pinning the guilt onto someone totally innocent and using the evidence to do so. Might be my turn to say defense attorney Phoenix Wright chooses death. Right? It doesn't suit someone like you to cry useless tears. Whether you did your job well or not, that can only be seen after the verdict has been decided. Verdict? Is Prosecutor Edgeworth here? Yes, bailiff. There is a phone call for you, sir. They said it was extremely urgent. They're probably finished with the handwriting analysis. Like, you hate her personality, but love her look. I mean, yeah, it is a very pretty look. I have to go take this call. In the meantime, think hard about what it is you must do. Ooh. Oh, we hit it to be continued finally. Oh, we got another week of this, because right now I'm gonna play Donkey Kong. Stealing evidence is probably some flavor of obstruction of justice, but whether it's a federal crime would depend on the kind of prosecution you're obstructing. Oh, well, this is murder prosecution. Murder 1 specifically. So yeah, I think that wouldn't be great. Alright, let me update the board here. Alright, what do we got? Add... I like that Turnabout Turncoat wound up being a fitting name after Will admitted to spying. It's a small thing, but I'm glad. Donkey Kong DK94 finale. I'm certain we're gonna finish the tower now. Donkey Kong. I need to stop naming so many games the exact same thing. It's such a fucking problem. Movies too. Glad we get another week of it. Oh yeah. I even know what's coming afterwards too. So I'm excited. Alright. And we gotta find Game Boy. Budding. See? Bading. Let's do it. Whoops. Onto the tower. That's right. DK Island existed in 1994, but it was on top of a tower. Better than Badonk. Right, I forgot we're right behind him during this whole thing. Oh fuck. Nope. I got scooshed. It would be funnier if I wasn't constantly misspelling it. Yeah, spelling's hard for me too. Even if I know how to spell a thing, I'll do things like type the wrong word. Which is also apparently an ADHD thing, so it makes sense. Oh, fuck. That's alright. Thanks, Junior. Oh, fuck. Dang it. Ouch. And then I've also got the schizophrenia, so I do spoonerisms. I haven't done a lot of them lately, at least. Gotta get that guy out of the way. Dang it. One level down. There's not even, like, collectibles here. I do really love that each one of these is effectively a boss fight. Alright, that falls out there, as long as the bridges are up. Oh, fuck! Whoa, that was terrifying. Come on. Move the bridge, or activate the bridge. Oh, fuck! Oh, that's rough. You gotta be quick there. At least we don't have to deal with the stomping in this one. That is so uncomfortably close to my actual hitbox. I don't get why it goes through the solid ground there, and it's throwing me off. I think it just barely doesn't get high enough. Oh, fuck. Well, dang. No problem. Alright, we don't got stomps this time, which is good, because that sounds horrible. What we do have, though, is someone else being in control of the gates. Which gives us very little room to maneuver. I don't know if I can stand on them or not. I guess I should find out. Oh. There we go. Oh, they're throwing mini mushrooms too. Which used to be a bad thing. Oh, shit. Almost screwed that one up. Oh, just slightly too high. That's so mean. They look like regular size mushrooms. Jesus Christ. Fair enough. Now we've got our penultimate combat boss. Recognize this? If you grew up in the arcades, you might. His final level, I believe. Oh fuck. Well, I'm not dead. I want to say it's the final stage of the Donkey Kong Jr. loop. Donkey Kong Jr. He's like Donkey Kong, but smaller and wears clothing. Even this one isn't actually a combat boss. I had thought it was. Just another platforming boss. Ah, DK Jr. is locked up now. Look at Mario not giving a fuck. $99. Oh, I forgot this awesome music. Also, throwback to the start, right? Very cool. This game is maybe the best bait and switch game in existence. Dang it! That's too far to the left. Fuck. Ooh, got there. Oh no. You know what? It's fine. Rude. Oh, I can't... Oh! I can't grab that out of a somersault. Ooh. Alright, I need to not be being attacked by the Skullmans when I'm at the top. Come on. Fuck. Oh, wait. Good. I can just jump over it. Oh god. If you're holding something, you're invincible. I want to hit the skull guy with this. Just out of spite. Ah, he's being protected. DK's protecting skull guy. No, that's too little power. If you go full power on this one, well, you can guess what happens. Oh, fuck. That was rude. I remember this specifically. Come on. Come on, DK, please. Oh, oh, just barely got it. If you do full power, he does just catch you and crush you. Here we go. Penultimate level. I used to be able to do that one in about 3 or 4 seconds just by doing perfectly timed somersaults. Not somersaults, the other one. The handstand jump. Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I have to catch the barrels. Or, whoops. I messed that one up, though. It's fine. Come on, pick it up. There we go. One down. Don't you send those mushrooms at me. Don't you know who the fuck I am? It's a me. Uh-oh. Tiny Mario. It takes away most of your moveset, if you're wondering. Oh, come on! It came right at me. Alright. I remember this one being real tough the first time. This isn't all of it, by the way. Great boss fight, though. Great boss fight music, I mean. This particular part of the boss fight, I can, you know, take or leave. Well, that's rude. Come on. Yeah. Oh, fuck! I can't believe it did that again. Alright. I'm gonna get it this time. I blame the migraine. There we go. Oh! Good thing I rolled. Dang it. These are very difficult to grab. At least for me, right now. I would like for a cover of this song to show up in Bonanza. Oh, fuck. Ooh. Oh, come on. There we go. Dang it. Oof. Come on. There we go. Oh. Hey, we won. We won the video game, y'all. Happy end. Wait, why? What was this tower built for? No, for real, I feel like we're forgetting something. Why is this even here? Yep. It was to store super mushrooms. Oh! Immediate death. Don't stand under the fists. Let's try that again. This time without dying on the very first attack. I hope I can still do this. I think it's 9 hits total, though. Oh, right, you can stand on his nose. Now, I know I have to get up on his hands to get up to the one in the middle. But you can also do that. Oh. Yeah, I knew I was gonna miss that one. Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. That's okay. Fuck, nope. Oh, ho, ho. I clipped my way through. That's 2. Oh, it's only 2 hits per phase, okay. It's like Gamma from Mega Man 3. I mean, kinda. This is one of the earlier versions of this exact Nintendo boss trope, though. Fuck. Just a second. You can't actually pause in-game during that fight for some reason. And I gotta let Gaston down. There we go. Alright, we're good now. Ah. This is pretty rough. I figure if I absolutely need to, I can use rewinds. Just because it's the final boss. And I think this is the final phase. I don't know why they don't let you... Ah, fuck! Pause during this. I do not remotely remember how I'm supposed to dodge that. I think it's get to the very edge of the screen. Maybe? Oh. Oh, fuck. I'm up here now. Can I fall through this? I actually don't know. I sure can. And so I did. Fuck. Oh, that can kill you when you have a barrel in your hands. Alright, we can do this. We got this. Relearning something I knew by heart when I was 11, 12? Whoops. Whoa. There we go. Tee. Oh god. That almost went very... Really? Oh fuck. I stumbled into it. It really is. It's hard to believe that there's a first-party Nintendo game out there that's this good, and it didn't really start getting any attention until really recently. I also really love that da-da-da chime that makes up his voice. Ta-da! Oh shit, he's right behind me, isn't he? Sometimes he pulls his hands aside. And sometimes... Ah, I did it again. He lifts them up. That's alright. I beat it 30 years ago. I'll beat it again now. I guess I could just try to stay on the platforms for the entire fight. That's not fair. That shouldn't have counted as me being touching solid ground. There is definitely some RNG here. I can imagine this boss making a speed run of this game kind of a pain in the ass. That one's not worth going for. It's too far out. Or rather, it came in too late. Aw, rude. There we go. I watched a really cool video about making dungeon maps using Java, using binary space partitioning. That's cool as hell. Well, it went about the same as ever. Yeah, I think being on the upper platforms is the way to go here. So let's just try doing that. Much easier to do in phase 2. Ow. Oh. Grr. Gotta get that perfect moment. Oh, I was up there. Dang it. I didn't realize till it was too late. There we go. But yeah, Nintendo loves this type of boss fight. The big face with hands. Go on to see it in Yoshi's Island. And no Kirby games. Oh, fuck. Oh, dang. Oh, yep, broke that one. Here we go. I'm fine. Oh, fuck. Sent it the wrong way and fell. Alright, phase 3. Okay. Is that it? Yeah, here we go. Make a break for the other wall. Oh, the nose can't pick me up. Oh. You can stand on the nose now. Dang it. That's okay. There we go. Fuck yeah. Donkey Konged. Look, they're back in the Mushroom Kingdom. Here, now you can be as tall as me, she says. She knows Mario's, sensitive about his height. I'm not sure just letting him grow at any time is gonna help with that as a confidence issue. Help! Also, look at Pauline! You recognize that design? This design's a lot older than people think. And they even retconned her as Lady, one of the spirits in Smash Brothers Ultimate. Yeah. And then they were all friends. Until capitalism got in between them in Mario vs. Donkey Kong. They're $40. Not gonna try and do a Toad voice for that one. God, it's wild that state-of-the-art game Donkey Kong got a sequel only a year later, right? And then it came to the NES and it was missing levels. No mention of DK3. Fuck Stanley.
and then it just freezes there indefinitely until you turn your system off.
All right, thanks everyone for being here today. If you want to support us, please don't hesitate to head on over to patreon.com/ifwhen. That's IFWHEN in the chat right now. You can get access to music and art, and JJ just put out a whole song on there on the $10 tier. Pretty cool. And yeah, and you also get a shout out at the end of the stream. Thank you so much to Green, Angelic, Andymonium, Melly Basket, and Sky. We got our schedule over at truckcommunity.neocities.org. You can see everyone's streams there. I believe tomorrow's streams will be Bad Road with more Castlevania Legacy of Darkness, and Sue with the second Lone Wolf book. Pretty cool. There's good streams coming up. They're good streams, Brunt. And then, of course, you can watch the VODs of our streams over at youtube.com/@ifwhenvod. There's a lot there already, including everything leading up to this point in both Phoenix Wright Justice for All and the end caps here. I got them separated into a playlist so you can find just what you want. All right. That's it. That's all for me. Thank you all so much for coming, and we'll see you next time. Good night.